So hey everyone, checking in. I am doing better than I was. Mostly I've been thinking a lot, doing a lot of editing, and I'm not exactly sure what else I'm going to do just right now. But I kind of had some thoughts about it, and I think some of it is useful, some of it I don't know what I'm going. I don't know if I'll do anything about, and it's mostly just kind of, I guess, getting over, like, editing is always tough for me just because I'm not sure like what to change, what to leave. If I change this, am I going to make something else worse? It's like if I put a, that sort of thing, and it's tough for me to do just because it's kind of why I try and do a lot of the pre-planning, just so that editing is less extensive than it would be otherwise if I just wing it. It's kind of why I'm not a pantser, because I really can't work without a roadmap or a plan or something. And editing is kind of a little bit like that, even though I know some of the things that I need to do. But we'll see. I have decided though that I'm going to try and see if I can finish the editing work that I'm working on. I'm going to get it in as good of a shape as I can get it. I hope relatively soon, and get this finally out the door in whatever shape that I can manage. Because I want it to be good, but I also can't wait for perfection. I also can't. I don't know. I just need to try and see if I can finish it. And right now, I'm just trying to focus on one project at a time, which is probably why you haven't seen a lot from me. I have a few things I can release, but for the most part, I'm trying to focus on this and trying to, make editing a smoother part of the process. And really, right now, I just don't have a lot to report as far as, things, regular progress, just because it's not something I can really predictably stay at this time. And I know that working on stuff with without a clear plan kind of is always tricky for me. But I think in the long run it'll be worth it. But I don't know. For now, this is what I'm doing, and I would like to try and finish this hopefully sometime within the next few months. But we'll see. I know there's a couple of scenes, at least a few in the sequel, that I want to tweak as well, and then I don't know, I might reconsider my plan or something. I'm not exactly sure what my game plan is at this moment, which kind of you know I don't know. There's just a lot of question marky, because I always feel weird when I have nothing solid to report. And, I don't really have much other than the fact that it's editing continues, which really is all I have to say at this particular moment. Um, but eh, it's going. It's going. It is, and I guess I've kind of just gone straight into writing news, because there really isn't a lot of writing. Mostly rewriting and editing and stuff like that going on right now. Um, But to move on to a bit more of a focused topic rather than devolving into a ramble, video news, I'm probably going to try and see if I can't get things done quickly today. Working on a vlog. Hopefully, I'll have more solid news by the next time I record one. Let's see, I'm going to do maybe some audio today, and maybe edit a video, and we'll see if I can finish some things. Um, Let's see. And I guess that's it for video news. It's going to be a relatively light day. Hopefully I can finish it quickly and maybe just um, develop a game plan. But, we'll see. Um, Books I'm reading. I'm still not back to When the World Was Young. I haven't cracked into the Iron Age or the Bronze Age, whichever one was in the middle. I haven't done that yet. I haven't figured out when I'll tackle that, but I'm still working on Two Souls of Fangcrest Manor. I think I'm close to the end, and and I'm still having a mostly positive impression of it. It kind of feels like, I guess, like with a lot of things, I kind of would have liked it to be a little bit longer because, um, the story doesn't have as much time to percolate as I would like it to be. And I know it's a novella, but still, it's like I kind of get this feeling like, especially with the two storylines, it probably could have used more of a novel length in order to really fully explore all of the characters. And it's a kind of like it's a lean story in that it focuses on important stuff, and has some relevant time skipping techniques that kind of lets more fit in than would otherwise perhaps be allowed by the nature of the story. But overall, I'd have to. And I think a bug just fell into my tea or something. Overall, I think it's going decently. I'm enjoying it. I don't know. It's like I kind of have the same feeling I have with transformations, is that there's just something missing. And I'll reserve commentary until I finish the whole thing. But I think it's going well. I think Fangcrest is pretty good. But it all kind of depends. My final impression when I finish the story, I'll write down what I think, and we'll see. But it's going well. It's like I think overall my impression is at least it seems to be doing a good job of what it plans to do. I just there's a couple of things that I would like it to be longer, and things like that. But I don't know if there's anything yet that I can point to it as far as things I would have preferred, critique wise. But overall, it's well written. I've been enjoying it, and I'll have more detailed comments in my actual review. Transformations, I'm about 40 to 50% through it, I think, and it's like I remember it being a short piece, which is kind of why I chose it, to sort of knock it out. And having read it again, or at least reading it again, it's like it kind of it's felt good to do it, but it also kind of reminds me of a lot of the reasons why I originally stopped reading Goldfirst writing on the regular, just because there's a lot of, it's very low key, low adrenaline stories. There's a lot of characters, just kind of, I'd almost call it slice of life with a little bit of a sci-fi twist, because for the most part they're just characters living their lives rather than going on like space adventures or anything like that. And not that there's anything wrong with that. It's like that's not the problem, but it always kind of feels like I don't know, there's just it lacks something. It's like I've always kind of felt that Goldfirst writing lacked a little bit of some of the stuff that really makes writing compelling. It's very readable. It's very I'd say it's good, decent furry writing. Um, but it kind of, I don't know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like you're dropping in on a bunch of characters and hanging out with them for a while, rather than being compelled to follow any one particular overarching narrative that just pulls you in. It's characters are like very, very accepting of a lot of things. A lot of the characters just sort of seem to get along a little bit too well. That characters seem to take things in stride that they shouldn't. And a lot of the developments are just really convenient. Um, it's like I remember when I read this story the first time, it's like I don't think I realized it then, but a lot of Goldverse stories just have protagonists who pretty much have everything handed to them, just because the protagonist or whoever they've run into just happens to be that generous. And although that's nice from a humanitarian perspective, it just usually makes for a story that I'm hesitant to buy for a few reasons. And it's just, I don't know. It's like not like I necessarily expect everything to be a struggle, but it just seems like it's I don't know, it kind of has a feel of like a sitcom where a friend has come to visit for a while rather than being this person's story specifically who should be the main character. And I guess it's part of that maybe. But having not read it for quite some time, it will be it's interesting going back through it, and I look forward to giving my complete review. Um, So the last thing to talk about is that it is a month and a half to Star Trek Las Vegas. I will be going back to re-blue my hair in about a month, and I'm making like the finalized plans as to far as what guests we're going to go see. Fingers crossed that we don't have any critical cancellations. There are a few that are going this year that haven't ever been, so I'm crossing my fingers that they in particular will be here. But as always, there's usually more guests going than we will probably have the ability to meet. So I have a list of primary and a list of a list of characters, list of actors to fill spaces if anybody should cancel. So we will have more than enough to keep us busy, and fingers crossed and all that. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a nice break. And I don't know, if things go well, maybe fingers crossed, I'll even have the edit finished by then and I can celebrate it at the con. But we will see. But until then, I have about a month and a week, and it's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna be trying to work on Winterfall 1 and get any of the edits that I'm going to make finished. Fingers crossed. I mean, that's really all I can say. I'm just going to kind of keep working on it. It's like some nights have been better than others. Some nights I felt like I've made a lot of progress. Other nights it's felt like a struggle to even get myself to do it. But that's just part of, I guess, the editing for me, or at least I'm trying to get it to the point where it doesn't bother me. And let's see. The other, I guess that's really it for right now. I might uh, release a short story sometime soon. Maybe prepare it for the Voice of Dog just so y'all don't forget that I exist. But I don't know. It's like I mean I really want to have some stuff to release every now and then, but it's like I've been trying to focus on my novel a lot just because I really want to get something out and get a sort of routine in so that I'm at least sort of regularly like coming up with ideas, producing, and doing just kind of falling into the rhythm, because it's just I want to be able to do what everybody else seems to be able to do with a greater frequency than I can. And I know it's one of those grass is always greener comparing things, but I just need to do it at least once, just to kind of give myself some breathing room and have it not necessarily have been as long as it has been since the last time I figured my stuff out. And it's really important that I do that. So that's kind of what I'm working on for right now. But rest assured, once I do get it to that point, there will be announcements. There will be uh, I don't know what. I mean, there chapter reading maybe. It's like somebody suggested I do that, and I don't know if it would be something that y'all would be interested in listening to me read a chapter or something, but I don't know. We'll see. There will be lots of notice though, because I will try and make as big of a deal of it as possible, even though I don't really know what kind of impact it will make, but we will see. For right now, that's it, and I will catch you all in 2 weeks.
If you like werewolves, check out my book Blue Moon, available in paperback and ebook on Amazon.
Thanks for watching, and if you liked it, click the subscribe button and leave a comment below. You can also find me on Twitter and a few other places on the web, or support me via Patreon or Ko-fi. Zebra hugs!